Hello, everybody. We're back again, episode 30, and we're sorry we were absent last week, but we're back, and we feel great about it. Sitting here at the table with me is Seth and RJ, per normal. How we doing, fellas?
Hello.
Feeling great is debatable. I'm glad to be back with my buddies at Chili's, baby back. Unfortunately,
What do you like to eat with your baby back ribs? What sides?
I say baked beans is good, always good. Just like that barbecue we had at Tri-County when your uncle brought it.
What the is that?
off the dome,
You missed one.
Oh, my God. Okay.
This one what?
We're,
Ain't no wrong with him.
We're hurting for...
Content.
Yeah.
we are happy you guys clicked on today's episode. Man, do we have an action-packed episode for you here today. I'm fresh off a fishing trip where I caught a great buzz. Not a whole lot of fish, but I had a great time.
That's because you suck at
Was
fishing.
the weather good out there?
It actually was pretty good. We had... It was in the 60s and 70s pretty much all week, which was very nice, especially for November. You know, I expected it to be colder. But
It should be colder in November. I'm about tired of it.
Well, hell, last week was pretty damn warm around here. Now this week it's
It's still too
weather.
warm.
No, it's a little bit. Yeah, I agree.
But the last day, it rained some, but that was really the only day that the weather was kind of bad. I will say, for those of you that don't know, I went to the Outer Banks. We stayed down near Frisco, which is not all the way to Hatteras yet.
Is it a sister city to San Fran?
No.
No.
It's in between Buxton and Hatteras. But we stay right there at the Frisco Mart.
Hatteras
Frisco
or Cape Hatteras?
Frisco Rod and Gun, if you go to the Outer Banks. That's where we stay at. But weather was not too bad. And typically when we go down there, we don't ever really go out anywhere to eat or to drink. We always drink all day on the beach.
Maybe that's why y'all get on each other's nerves.
And then go
Probably.
to the house and eat. But this time it rained on the final day, and those idiots wanted to stay out there in the cold ass wind and rain and fish, and we weren't catching anything anyway. So I had an idea to look up a dive bar. Y'all know how I feel about dive bars.
Would you define?
You're addicted to, like, shithole places.
Yeah, would you define
Yeah.
what a dive bar is?
What do you think a dive bar is? Let me ask you that first.
A hole in the wall kind of joint.
Okay, well that's basically a dive bar. A dive
Okay.
bar would be a bar you can go to with local flavor that is not like a chain. That they don't have to serve food, but it definitely has
They
to serve
better.
alcohol. And I don't know, somewhere you can go get some local flavor. You know, fill the area out and feel like you're a local in that town.
Okay, that makes
And
that
drink
makes more
drink some
sense.
beer. But anyways, I found one in Frisco. Well, it's actually up the road a little bit. It's called Lighthouse Sports Bar, and they've been there for like 30-some years. It was Saturdays, so football was on. So we went in, and they had damn good food. I had a sweet chili chicken quesadilla
That
with
does sound
homemade
good.
chips
That sounds delicious.
and a PBR.
That don't.
Let me tell you, phenomenal.
Me and Dad ordered pizza and wings from a Chinese place on accident, but it was actually good.
Was it?
I don't know about that, Captain.
No, it was good.
I don't know.
The
I
wings,
guarantee
I'd
you
say.
it was just as good as your sweet
What
chili.
was
No
on the
chance.
pizza? Lo mein?
No chance.
Was lo mein on the pizza?
No, but that's an idea. That is an idea.
Was it Chinese or Japanese?
I guess that's kind of like when you go to the Chinese buffet and they always have pizza out there on the buffet.
Yeah, but that's not that good. I mean,
That
this
makes
was
sense.
pretty good.
One of the cool things they did at this bar, and I told Seth about this. I think I literally called him Saturday night and told him this, or maybe I told him when I got home. I don't remember, but
Oh, y'all talked to each other on the
I
phone?
believe you told me yesterday in the van when we went
yes,
on our
that is
road trip.
that is it. Yesterday. By the way, we picked up a race car yesterday, and if you watch my YouTube channel, you'll know about our announcement that went out yesterday afternoon. But we'll talk about that later in the show. But back on topic. This bar, when you go into it, it has, you know, relatively low ceilings around, but then in the center, it's got like a extension up, and
I'm a high ceiling kind of guy.
in the middle, it's got like a high ceiling. So I don't really know how to explain it other than like an old beach house that has tiers, and the second tier was like a light area,
Like a lighthouse.
No, it's not a lighthouse, but it was a section in the middle of the building that had windows,
I think they have a name for something like that.
like a
cupola,
like a sunroof or
like
something
a copper
like that.
cupola.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, they had a deal where you could leave a hat. So all around this whole bar was 30-some years worth of hats that people have left and signed, and there was some really damn cool hats hanging in there. A hat signed by Bobby and Donnie Allison was in there from the 80s. Dale Jarrett signed a hat and left one in there.
Mm-hmm.
A couple other racer hats. The last guy that left a hat in there was Bill Cowher, old Pittsburgh Steelers head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And
I knew that.
I left my hat right beside him, by the way.
How cool.
Yeah. But also, the coolest hat that I found in there was it looked like a hat from the 90s, but it was a John Daly hat.
Who's that?
He's a golfer.
Football? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he's that one dude that smokes, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
You like him only because he smokes?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And he plays golf at the same time.
Are you a golfer, RJ?
Yes, as a matter of fact, remember that well.
I do remember when you went with me that one time, and I would not consider you a golfer after that
You
day.
gotta damn remember, I ain't hitting the damn greens every damn weekend. I spent my summers as a kid in a golf camp.
A golf camp? You spent your summers as a kid in a golf camp?
Yeah.
Did you ever go to band camp?
No, never did band camp.
Oh, you don't play the trombone?
But I learned how to play golf at Orchard Hills, which is over there behind
Didn't they
Tri-County.
sponsor Monty?
Yes, they do.
Orchard Hills?
It's
I
right
thought
there.
that was a nursing home.
No.
Well, there probably is a nursing home called Orchard Hills.
Orchard Hills Golf Course, right there, right in behind Tri-County. I mean, you go right where the trackside parking's at.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side of them woods, it's right there. There's a tee off place right there. Tee off spot.
Never been there.
It's good. It was nice then. I ain't been there in 20 years.
I have had an epiphany.
Oh boy.
Well, it's a new beer combination that I can't get over it. It's so good. It's so good that I asked Seth if he wanted to go eat Mexican last night just so I could drink this beer.
I tasted it. It wasn't nothing special.
It
wasn't no Busch Light, I'll tell you that.
You don't appreciate
Did
it.
it have a worm in it?
No, it is not tequila. It's a Dos Equis Amber on draft with a big-ass fat lime in that baby and a frosted glass.
That sounds
And I'm
very
telling
Hispanic.
you, if you haven't tried it,
No, he created it.
and you're a beer drinking person, I highly, highly recommend getting a Dos Equis Amber at your local Mexican restaurant on draft in a frozen glass, and make sure they give you a big-ass fat lime because it'll change your life.
And if you don't know what fat is in Spanish, we'll tell you later. Grande.
No, Gordo.
Gordo?
Pretty sure it's Gordo.
Grande is large.
Okay.
Is it not?
Yeah, Grande's large. I'm pretty sure Gordo's fat.
Get you a Gordo lime or a Grande lime in your Dos Equis Amber.
You know what National Day it is?
No, what?
It is National Seatbelt Day.
Yes.
So if you're listening to this and you're not wearing your seatbelt, reach over and buckle that bad boy up.
So you don't crash and hurt yourself.
Seth, I am so proud of you.
You know where I heard that?
Where?
I was actually listening to WNNC this morning.
Uh-huh.
They do the National Day? They copied us.
Yeah, I'm sure.
100% they listened to the show. They copied it.
I'm sure.
WNNC, I mean, that's literally like local. They might listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
They're in
Okay,
Newton.
well, Gordo.
I bet we get more viewers than WNNC.
If you want a male lime, a male fat lime, you say Gordo. And if you want a female fat lime, you say Gordo.
You like them Gorda senoritas?
Thank you guys for clicking on this episode. We've got a little bit of a variety of content to go over. We'll talk about our announcement from yesterday and what that entails. We also have a special announcement.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Special. Call everybody that you know. We got a special here on Huffman Racing. We do have an announcement to make. We told you guys that we were going to do this. It is a really cool announcement that pertains to our Cars Tour year. So make sure you tune in to the full episode. We'll go over that here later in the show. But we do have one stipulation. If you leak our announcement on social media before the post is made, we're blocking you from the show.
And all Huffman Racing social media.
But you can promote our show and tell people to go listen to it to hear the announcement.
Yeah, that's fair. You just don't say the
That
announcement.
sounds awfully convoluted.
Just don't reveal it to the public until we make a post.
Yeah,
Fair enough?
Fair.
All right, we're going to go ahead and hop into episode 30 of Huffman Racing Radio. Yesterday, me and Seth and Graham went to Mooresville and picked up a modified. And if you were paying attention to social media yesterday, you will know that we just announced we are going NASCAR Tour Type Modified Racing in 2024. Part-time, yes. Partial schedule. Also, a few Smart Tour races. We just don't know what races yet until the schedule comes out. But we announced that we have made a deal with a new team called Shamrock Motorsports, which is a friend of ours, Justin Haney. His dad actually owned a engine shop and built engines for my dad in the 90s in the Goodies Ash series. And they reached out to me a little while ago and had some interest in restarting their modified team that ran in the late 60s and early 70s, which he had some cool drivers drive for him, by the way. Richie Evans drove for them.
Okay.
Which is
well,
pretty
you ain't
damn
ever
cool.
going to match that, but
Oh, thanks.
that's cool.
Thanks, RJ.
Mm-hmm.
Been some pretty good drivers drive that car too, right?
Yes.
What car did we get?
So, Shamrock Motorsports purchased a race-ready car from Tommy Baldwin. So that is what we went and picked up yesterday. We
Don't
do
get no
have it in
better
our
than
shop
that.
now, and I can confirm it is a very nice race car.
Very nice.
Yes, it is. It is by far the nicest race car that we've ever had. In
It's
our
got some Gordo wheels on. Gordo tires on it.
We should also go ahead and clarify, it will not be going to Bowman Gray.
Yes,
No.
because we're going to race it.
Sorry, Super Steve, we're still not coming.
Yep, it's super Stev, ain't it?
I don't know.
Whatever.
We want to race with it.
Yeah, we're not going to Bowman Gray with it. So for everybody that was asking that, no, we're not doing that. What we will be doing is Richmond, North Wilkesboro, and Martinsville in the NASCAR Wheeling Tour. We're also going to head down to New Smyrna for Speed Weeks and the World Series of Asphalt. I'm not sure if we're going to run all 5 races
RJ,
that
it's
week.
February. It's going to be cold.
Yeah, it's going to be cold. Well, I don't know. It's Daytona.
Well, it
It's still
wasn't too
cold
bad.
in Florida.
No, it was
Yeah.
in the 70s when we
Yeah,
went
it wasn't
for
bad
500.
last year.
It was actually hot.
Well, the 500 day was
Well,
pretty
the
cold.
500 day was pretty warm.
Saturday was warm. 500 day was cold.
Yeah,
but
that is
that's
true.
right.
Yeah, Saturday was hot. But so we'll be headed down to New Smyrna for Speed Week. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Definitely a different endeavor for us. Something that I've never driven before, and we've never worked on one before either. So there'll be a learning curve there, but I'm excited to work with the Haney family and Shamrock Motorsports. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we get to do it with all of our guys, which makes it even better. Basically, an identical deal to the Cars Tour deal we have with Jimmy Mooring, except it'll be on the modified side. And then hopefully probably looking at 6 or 7 race weekends. As far as the Smart Tour goes, once they release their schedule, the races that I would really like to run, as long as they don't interfere, are the Hickory race and then the Tri-County race. And then other than that, I think the Smart Tour runs at Wilkesboro as well. So if that doesn't interfere, that would be pretty cool. And you get anytime you get multiple shots at North Wilkesboro, I think you got to take it because... And North Wilkesboro is going to be fast.
Can I
as
comment?
it's going to be
Can
so
I
fast.
comment on North Wilkesboro there?
Sure.
Sure.
Did
RJ.
you know that they only took out like the top layer of asphalt? Like they didn't dig down, so it's still got a little bit of the character in it. So I guess that's a little plus sign on the repave
Well, they only did that
to keep the character.
so that the bumps in the track that it's had for so long are still prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I'm glad
still going to
they
be
did
fast
that.
as shit.
Oh yeah,
Very
it's
fast.
new asphalt.
Especially in a modified. Holy
Oh,
but
man.
Jesus. The late models are going to haul ass too.
Mm-hmm. It's probably gonna be damn near wide open
Yeah, no, we're not going to be.
You might shit yourself.
in the modified. He will.
You're forgetting I have ran Bristol with PJ1
Okay.
in a truck.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that.
Which you probably should have finished better in.
Excuse me?
I felt like that last, like, didn't you run the last run on the same tires? Like, there was a run where you drove up, and then,
That was for Young's, was it not?
yeah, I think it was.
I'm talking about. I mean, I ran.
No,
it
that
for
was when
Miller.
you were running for Mittler. That's that Mittler truck.
I was both times I've ran Bristol, I have been one set of tires short.
Yes, that's what it was. You were a set of tires short.
Both times.
Yep.
But not every team takes that second set or that extra set of tires. But I mean all the
Well, that's what-
teams spending money, dude.
Well, that's what booed you out of the top 10. I think you were running in the top 10 there.
Not at Bristol, at Martinsville.
Damn near in the top 10.
I ran up to like 13th or 14th at Bristol.
That's what it
But
was.
I passed both BKR trucks.
Yeah, and then it rained that day, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that was
We didn't start until like 10 o'clock.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
God, that was an eternity ago,
It was.
boys. That was 2017.
I still got pictures of you and your mama and your daddy. on pit road.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
my wife would probably want those. You should print them out.
Well, I asked her a question the other day, and she just ignored me, so.
She probably... Does she have your new number?
It literally said, hi, it's RJ.
Oh, okay. Well,
Maybe she knows more than one RJ.
I can't help you there then.
There's only one RJ, let's be honest.
The announcement in this episode. So, when we made our Cars Tour announcement a couple weeks back, we had posted that the number was still... TBD, yes.
Well, the real announcement is me and Landon have come to contract negotiation. We finalized it. He has agreed to pay me a 6-digit yearly salary next year to be the first full-time Huffman Racing employee of this decade.
6 digits, huh?
However, we will not be going racing because he used all the sponsorship money to pay my salary.
I'll be talking to my lawyer.
6 digits.
You signed it.
We have a number. We've decided on a number. And it is not 75.
No.
What could it be?
75, we decided 75 was only for Huffman Racing owned equipment.
Vehicles, yes. I believe that I want to keep 75 as a Huffman Racing number. So whenever we race my weekly car at Tri-County or Wake County, wherever we decide to race it if we have time, which we plan on racing it a few times, we just don't know.
16 weeks has turned into a
How
lot
many?
more than 16.
We don't know how many. So we're going to run 75 when we do that. However, in the Cars Tour, Jimmy Mooring has given us the ability to choose our number, which is pretty cool. And I think it's only fitting that we run the number 37.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. RJ's acting surprised.
I can't wait. And it's going to be a good looking 37 now.
The last time
Yeah, thanks to RJ.
last time a 37 has raced out of that shop that we're in right now.
Was Travis Moonhead Brown at Hero Motor Speedway where he finished with the Carolina All-Pro.
Damn, that don't count.
I forgot
That
about
don't
that.
count.
Oh, okay. The last time a 37 raced for a championship.
Okay, there you go. Actually raced.
It won a championship in 2003. For those of you that don't know, the number 37 was my dad's number all the way through the Goodies Dash series. Yes, we have a slot car of it up here on the table. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're not watching on YouTube and you're listening to the audio version and you'd like to check it out, go over to the Huffman Racing YouTube channel and you can see our ugly mugs while
And
we
make
talk.
sure you like the video.
Yes, and like the video if you're watching. But 37 was ran by my dad for his 10-year stint in the Goodies Dash series. He won 4 championships with the 37 number in the Dash series.
And one in the 75.
Yes, one in the 75 as well. And I feel like it's only fitting to kind of honor Dad a little bit and run the 37 in our first attempt at a full Cars Tour championship bid.
Seth, what was that question you asked him in the shop earlier?
Oh, also, I can put this hat on now and wear this for everybody
look at
to
that
see,
37. Look how nice it is.
I can put this on. Actually, this was before I changed it, RJ.
Okay, well,
But it's
that
still-
looks more appropriate.
Still looks okay. So, yeah,
It looks fine.
you know, feels pretty good to wear
No,
that.
I asked him in the shop how long he was going to ride Rob's coattail.
I said as long as I can.
I'll milk out.
It's going to be cool, though. And also, if you have followed my family for a period of time, or you know, by the way, my dad has a 37 car in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
On Glory Road.
Just dawned on me. Yes, on Glory Road, one of Dad's Goodies Dash cars is there, and that
there
is
should be more dash
the White
cars
House
on that
Apple
Glory
Juice.
Road. That's the first one, if I
37.
am correct.
Yes, it is. But you could probably get an idea of what our throwback scheme would look like, even though we've done it before.
Yes, and we won Best Appearing Crew that year.
I
got
don't
those
know if
pictures
I
on my
wanna
phone,
do
too.
that exactly. I feel like we need to do something different, but I also feel like, man, it would look good with the new body,
It would look good with the new body.
new next gen body. So yes,
White House, if you're listening.
prepare for more 37 merch. So full-time Cars Tour bid will be the number 37 for Jimmy Mooring Racing.
We got 3 different numbers now.
We do. We have 98. Oh, by the
All
way,
kinds of merch.
yes, the modified is number 98. I did not mention that. You guys have probably seen on the releases because it
we
was
were
in the
also
modified.
thinking of the people when we chose 37. That way they could distinguish the difference in the Cars Tour car, the weekly car.
Were we really, though?
Yes.
Actually, I was thinking about
Clout. Riding them coattails.
I was honestly thinking about, man, this would be cool for Dad.
Yes, it is.
Dad's excited. He
Mhm.
is. I think it's going to be cool. We also have some returning sponsors, which you guys can probably put a finger on that. They're going to be with us for a number of races, not the full schedule, so my car will not be, well, I'll just go ahead and say it. We're not going to have the High Rock Vodka car for every race, but High Rock Vodka will be on our car store car for a select number of races, and then obviously on our weekly stuff as well. You might see it on the modified too, we'll just have to see, but we'll have sponsorship announcements in the future coming up as well, but I've been holding this one pretty tight to my chest until now, and I feel like
You feel better now that you got it off your chest?
Well, it wasn't like a guilty regret or something.
It still could be relief.
I was
like
just
you're
excited.
super excited.
Well, I'll be more excited when I post. I got a cool video to post and announce it on social.
That's why you better not say a damn
so
thing.
remember, don't say nothing before we
You're gonna get blocked if you do.
post Landon's
We're gonna
video.
block you and you'll never see us or speak to us again.
So be looking for the number 37. I don't know what manufacturer we're gonna be at. Maybe Toyota.
Oldsmobile.
We might be an old Toyota on the front end of that. thing.
Oldsmobile.
We're not
I
running
just can't
Oldsmobile.
get
in the
Buick.
car store. We're not running Oldsmobile in the car store.
No,
Buick.
no.
Oldsmobile is our
Pontiac.
Huffman.
Pontiac.
Okay. This Saturday night, we are heading to Florence Speedway for our last race of the 2023 season. It has been a very long season, and albeit successful for us. We've been in some shit this year, but we've won a lot of races, and we've had a lot of fun. But we are ending it at the South Carolina 400 at Florence, and there is a lot of cars on the entry list.
How many?
I believe at this point it's almost 50,
No.
which last year I think it was 62 that was on the entry list. They started 40.
Yeah, and then did everybody fit down in there? I don't remember.
What?
Were they able to put all the haulers in there?
I do not remember that.
I don't remember that.
I don't know. I feel
couple
like
had
they
to-
got a pretty good amount of room.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe like a couple of the street stocks or something had to park outside.
Oh, park them over there off of 1 and 2.
Yes, great idea, RJ.
We'll be taking our High Rock Vodka Oldsmobile down to Florence, and we made the race last year, but we ended up getting caught up in a wreck really early. Dexter Jr. took us out. It was a pretty big wreck, and unfortunately, I felt like we had a good car. We just didn't get to kind of see what we had late in the race.
Didn't he drive you into the wreck?
No, he was in front of me.
Oh.
So it sounds like you wrecked him.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
No, he was several cars in front of me, and then he caused a big wreck.
And you didn't
Sounds
check
like you
up in
arca
time.
braked.
Yep.
Had nowhere to go.
Exactly what he did.
Yeah, that's what they all
Track
say.
was blocked.
Go back and watch the vlog and you'll see.
Yeah, the track was blocked. My point will be validated if you do.
Drove right into him.
But the format this year is different.
Okay, what's different?
I don't like it.
Well, I
So
didn't.
last year, it was all based off qualifying.
Mhm.
There was no heat races. We had 2 rounds of qualifying.
We went out in groups, didn't we?
Yes, group
Mhm.
qualifying. But there was 2 rounds. The first round, top 20 were locked in, and then everyone else had to rerun in like a open qualifying,
Yes.
basically, where you could
Mhm.
go out and make your however many laps you wanted
Mhm.
to try to get into the top however
Mhm.
many. I didn't mind that. Like it was, and then if you
It
missed
was
the
a little
show, you went home.
confusing.
Yeah, if you missed the show, you went home. Well, this year, first of all, they've added 50 laps to the race. It is now 250 laps.
So we're going to pit for fuel.
Yes, most definitely we'll have to pit for fuel. But also, we're going to have to buy another set of tires. So I believe you get 4 tires now at lap 125 instead of 2.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever. But what I really don't like is, for whatever reason, they have decided that the top 20 will be locked in after qualifying, and then everyone else has to heat race.
See, that's just why
And
I'm
then-
not going.
And then how many out of the heat
I
race?
don't like the format. I'm staying home.
I don't remember. I think it's 6 out of each heat race.
How many heat races? 2, 3? 3?
Probably 3. I'll
That's
have to double check. Either way, if you don't, and then if
so
you
the top 20 does not have to heat race.
no,
I
so
suggest
then
you qualify in the top 20.
we're probably not going to.
So you're on how many laps is the heat race?
I'm not sure. Maybe 20.
So
You're gonna
now-
have to buy another set of tires.
Yeah, so you're not going to buy a third set of tires to be able to be on equal ground
Yes.
come race time.
Yes. It's ridiculous.
That's,
I'm not really sure why they decided to do that. I'm not a very big fan of that at all. I mean, this race is basically going to cost us an extra $1,500 versus what it cost
What's
us
the
last
winner
year.
win?
I have no idea. I can't find the person.
600.
No.
Get that person information out there, see if it's worth the while.
I did hear from a reliable source that Flo was going to back end the money like they did last year to make it worth more to start.
Okay.
But still, I mean, 250 laps is, in my opinion, too long for a place like Florence.
Well, I hope the broadcast is better than what it was last time. It was all choppy and stuff.
Not for the 400.
This last race that they did.
For the, but Flo didn't come broadcast that. That that was the track broadcast. I mean, it was on Flo, but
it was the track.
It wasn't like the Cars Tour team coming to do it.
You don't think you can qualify top 20?
I mean, historically, we just haven't qualified great there. But, I mean, I guess I haven't really...
I mean, that was your first time there last year.
Twice?
Yeah. I mean, I qualified...
We were bucket of dog shit last time we went.
Yeah, rear end was coming apart. I qualified 23rd out of 60-some.
So we almost made it last time.
Yeah. Out-qualified Junebug.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you're in the Florence, South Carolina area and you're wanting to come out and watch some racing, I highly recommend it. A lot of really good cars. I believe Friday night they have a limited race with some solid entries. It's 100 laps, and then our race is Saturday night. There is a couple more sport divisions. I'm not exactly sure.
Super trucks, bandos.
Yeah. I don't know what all races Friday and what races Saturday, but either way, I haven't looked at the weather either. Hopefully it's not freaking...
the last I looked, it's going to be about what it is today.
Well, let me just pull out my trusty weather app.
Because last year it was ball sacks cold. Yeah.
Miserable.
Terrible, terrible cold.
Let's see here.
So hopefully that's not the case.
Daily forecast. Friday, rain and 73. Cloudy with showers. Saturday, sunny and 71. Okay. Northwest wind, 10 to 15 miles per hour.
What's the percentage on Friday?
48%.
48% of the area is going to get rain.
Well, we only have 2 hours of practice on Friday, 12 to 2. And then, I don't know, man. Just an expensive race to run, but it is a marquee event, and I'm looking forward to going down there. I'm just aggravated that they changed the format up. What you got to say, RJ?
Nothing. Stuff that could be discussed off podcast. I was going to start talking about logistics.
Thank the Lord we've made it to the end of the show, and we're at the portion where we like to review the reviews, RJ.
Yes!
We have a 5-star review.
It better be.
This one's coming from John P. 5090 on YouTube. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
He says this is his 5-star review since he can't write one on Spotify. Fair enough. And he said, review the review. He loves the podcast and all the inside reviews from prepping the car, infield stories, and enjoys laughing while driving. Make sure you put your seatbelt on, John.
Yep, National Seatbelt Day.
Don't close your eyes when you laugh.
And swerving all over the highway while listening.
Oh, God. You drinking?
Oh, wow.
He commented on the Tri-County YouTube feed that RJ should have a drink named after him at Pockets. Well, he would have to go to Pockets in order for that to happen, John, which RJ is like a solar eclipse at Pockets and Brews. You very rarely see him, and when you do, he's not there very long.
And I get kicked out. Get cut off. A double shot of Coca-Cola, 2 ounces of Big Mac sauce. What the hell?
Oh, my God.
Topped with Marlboro ashes. Okay, well.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
John,
that'll be a hot seller.
John, thank you for the 5-star review. We really appreciate it.
5 stars for the mixture. Hell yeah.
But I believe that's going to finish episode 30 of Huffman Racing Radio. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Sorry we missed last week. And
well, not we.
Not that sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice to have a break.
Hopefully, moving forward, I got to figure out what our game plan is going to be this off season, or how many episodes we're going to have into the off season. But I can guarantee that we're going to have a few more on tap, and then we'll just have to see what goes from there. But thank you guys so much for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're watching and haven't. And make sure you drop us a review over on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can leave a text review on Apple Podcasts as well. But thank you guys so much for listening. Again, this is another episode of Huffman Racing Radio. What, Seth?
I will be absent from next week's podcast if you're doing one.
You're not going to be at the
absent from the track. You're absent from the podcast. Why?
Why?
It better be a good excuse.
I'm going to be hunting.
On Tuesday?
Yes.
Are you not done?
No, I'm not done.
Get rid of them.
Are you done? Are you done bitching?
Sell them tags.
Is that legal?
No.
Upcharge them.
Thank you guys for listening. This is going to do it for this episode. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Maybe.